With the lack of cobblers in the US today, it's hard to find one, and it's even harder to find one that won't mess up your boots. Now, we are all for supporting local business, and if you have a local cobbler that you can trust, great. Take your business there. But if you don't, mail-ins are a completely viable option and very popular these days.
Yeah, exactly. 80% of the work that we do here in the shop is mail-ins because so many people don't have a local cobbler or don't have a local cobbler that they can trust. My name's Oliver the Shoeman. My wife and I own and run our family's 5th generation shoe repair business right outside Nashville, Tennessee.
And I'm Ben, the head of our Cowboy boot repair team here at Old Soul. We have this pair of beautiful Rios of Mercedes elephant skin boots, which aren't cheap, by the way. And as you can see, the previous cobbler just overlaid this thin rubber sole over top of a worn out leather sole. On here, the stitching is coming undone from the old worn out sole, and the new sole did nothing to fix that. So we're going to take everything off, start completely fresh, and after that, these things should feel and look like a brand new pair of boots. Let's get started. All right, let's take these things apart and see what they're made of. Let's go ahead and grab our pliers here. Let's take off this old sole and see what's looking like underneath.
Old soul.
I know.
It's our name.
It's our name. Quite honestly, I think I could probably just peel this off with my bare hands. It already was coming undone on the sides. I'm not going to bother embarrassing myself any further. Just going to go ahead and peel this up. It was coming undone, but apparently not so undone to where I could peel it off with my bare hands. I bet I could now. It's the leverage thing. There it goes. Yeah. You see how thin this is? What this is more of a sole guard material. We have done this before. We, in fact, use this same sheet as well. This is the Vibram sole guard. It comes in a big old sheet, and we cut it out to the shape of the boot that we're working on. And we've used that before. What is not meant to do, though, is go over the entire sole and be used as a brand new sole. See, there it is underneath there. Not too terribly worn out. Nope, that is incredibly worn out, actually. That is very, very thin. A good way to check to see if your boots need resoling, if they have a leather sole, is you go ahead and press on the forefoot where your metatarsal would be. If it flexes very easily, you can feel how thin it is. I can actually feel there's a gap between the footbed and the sole there. So we'll go ahead and take it apart and see what's going on in there. Go ahead and pry up this heel here. Now, Rios and Mercedes are a very high quality brand of boots, and they do use all other materials. Rios and Mercedes is actually one of many brands in a family of brands that are all owned under the Rios and Mercedes name. It goes Rios and Mercedes, Olathe, Horsepower, Anderson Bean, and Macy Bean. All of which are very high quality boots made in the USA, and they are all using premium leather materials. Go ahead and see. Now, it is old and worn out, but you can tell that is, you see wedge in here, this is a full leather stacked heel base. Now, because this is so worn and dried out, we will be going ahead and replacing this as well. So these do appear to be unique in that the leather sole itself is the heel rand. Some companies will do this just as a aesthetic choice, really. The back heel there is nailed on enough. Typically, some will do it. We'll use a plastic heel rand or a leather heel rand, depending on what you're going for. Like higher, they use a plastic heel rand because it serves better in certain rodeo situations and when you're riding to keep your spurs on, whereas this one opts for no heel rand. As you can see, this is all coming off. So So it appears that they used a fabric canvas lining as a filler, I guess would be the term, just as a way to prevent squeaking along the footbed. So this appears to be a half shank cover. We'll be reusing this. We have a nice sturdy ribbed shank in here as well. Very nice. Nailed in there. We'll clean that up as well. We're going about. Now these do use lemonwood pegs. Lemonwood pegs are a very traditional, common use for when nailing the waist. We will be opting to use brass just because it wears better than lemonwood pegs do, and they're better than steel because it won't rust the footbed. Just gotta come along here and ever so gently remove these pegs because they are very, very fragile. We have a hold fast construction. Hold fast is good because unlike other Goodyear welted boots, they will have a canvas ribbed piece which is either glued or stitched or glued and stitched on. The reason why hold fast is better is because the leather itself won't wear out like the canvas will. Because over time, as you stitch through the canvas, it'll get worn and chewed up through the heat and the sweat and the pressure of your foot. Whereas the leather, as long as you take care of your boots and condition them regularly, won't ever fail. You can see how dried out this welt is, and that we had it already tore as we were taking the stitches off. Now that we've gotten the welts taken off, let's go ahead and take a look on the inside and get a better look at that channel welt. Alright, so here we have it along here. You can see there is where the stitching was for the welts. And it goes along this channel and groove along here. Carve that out. They stitch it along the side. Now, since we've taken the welts off, it allows us to get a better look on the inside. As you can see, this footbed is very dried and crackling, so we're going to go ahead and condition that. Now we've got everything stripped down, we can go ahead and start building it back up. We've got the footbed conditioned and everything in place. Now we can start sewing new welts on. Now, if you've ever been on our website and you've hit new welts and you've seen the price jump up about $100 or so, and you're like, what is this? Well, it's because of this right here. We have to sit here and slowly hand stitch them on. And with that, we can also run into a few problems. Like earlier, we had to condition the footbed. That's another thing we have to do. We have to take everything out to condition the footbed. Or we have to patch the gemming. Or like with holdfast constructions, it's a little more tricky than traditional canvas construction with the welt, the gemming, because with gemming, you have a little bit of play. You can wiggle around and find the original holes and go in there. But with the holdfast, there is no give. You have to make sure you line it up exactly, or you're going to risk puncturing the footbed or tearing the welt, whatever it might be, especially after like this, where it's been sitting for years and not been conditioned. So if we do it wrong, we could end up cracking something. So that's why we have to charge extra for the time and for any on-the-fly repairs that are included just in the having to restitch and resew everything. I'm going to be using a leather sole on these. These are a GM pit tan sole, whereas the majority of companies, when putting a leather sole in cowboy boots, are going to use just plain veg tan. We like to use these pit tan soles. These are going to last a lot longer than veg tan and hold up a lot better. As you can see here, because these didn't have a heel rand, we did have to dye the back and along the waist to match. So that way it still looks nice from the top. You can go ahead and stick it here. Now with leather soles, they can be marked up very easy, so we're going to use this cover here. One, it has a loop down the bottom so I can put my foot into it and cinch it down. And also use it to hammer along here and make sure I don't mark up the sole itself. This client wanted to put sole guards on his boots, so here we have this thin Vibram sole guard, very similar to the type of sole guard that was on here before, except we're going to install it the proper way. What we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and mark it out first before we stitch it. Make sure the logos line up and everything. After we know it lines up well, take our knife, score along here. After we've done that, what we do is we take some tape here to mark it out, so that way we can remember our line. And keep carving along here, and we will carve along this way to cut the groove out, so that way the sole can, or the sole guard can lay over top and sit flush with the rest of it. I don't have my knife that I typically use today, so I'm having to borrow Oliver's. I need to get my knife fixed. Alright, now that we got that cut along there, I'm going to place a knife along it here and just run it along there. This creates the mark for us to carve deeper to cut that groove for the sole to sit nice and flush. Let's go ahead and keep doing this. And off she comes. We got the channel grooved. We got the front where the half sole is going to be sanded and everything. Let's go ahead and get them stitched. We got everything nailed down and glued on. Now we just need to attach the rubber heel cap. And we got new leather heel bases on here. We could have reused the original ones if they weren't so dried out and cracking. So we went ahead and replaced those. And now Skull have a fresh set of heels to walk on. It's been a change of days. There was some things that came up. It took a little longer, and so we had to push this back to the next day. But we got it done now. So here's the boots all done. As you can see, we did that leather sole with a Vibram sole guard overlay, new leather stacked heels and the heel caps. Did a cleaning conditioning of everything. We conditioned the footbeds. We conditioned the inside lining. I also conditioned the shaft and the shaft lining as well. When going over how to condition boots, most people will never talk about conditioning the shaft because it never sees that much wear. But you should always condition your leather items at least once a year. And it appears that these things have never been conditioned, given the state of them. So make sure to just throw a conditioner on anything leather you have every once in a while. Got them done, and now they're good as new. If you'd like to get this done to your boots, contact info is in the description down below. And yeah, see you next time. God bless you.